at the Koshland Science Museum, and we are the Museum of the National Academy of Sciences. So today we're having a free day. Visitors can enter the museum for free, and then we have a number of activities. We have an activity where people can look at disease spread and track back to patient zero. We're featuring our new microscope from Nikon, the Nikon Coolscope, where people can look at different diseases. And we have a disease detective activity that families can work together.
Every person's going to get one of these test tubes. And in this test tube you have some liquid, and this is going to represent you. And we're going to walk around, we're going to interact with one another, we're going to talk to one another, and that's basically what we do every day, right? When we interact with people. And part of our goal through this activity is to help people understand how to control the spread of infectious diseases by simulating how it spreads within a population or a community of people. So, it's represented through a disease exchange activity with, water and some test tubes. And then basically afterwards we talk a little bit about control measures, like public health measures like washing your hands and proper sanitation, and vaccines and the value of therapeutic drugs like antibiotics for bacterial infections. What are some ways that you can think of that we try to control or prevent the spread of an infectious disease? Wash your hands, that's a very important one. What else? And our goal is that people understand that the value of combining different control measures together, so that, obviously public health measures, vaccines and therapeutic drugs in isolation are not necessarily the best way to control the spread, but when you combine those different measures together, you can benefit a lot more from it.
My name's Erika Flem. I'm with Nikon Instruments, Inc. What we have here is a piece of equipment called the Nikon Coolscope. What it primarily is a microscope and a digital camera all built into a single box that makes it very easy to use, makes it very intuitive. Virtually anybody can use it. It's primarily used for clinical diagnosis, and probably one of its strongest functions is for teaching. The reason it's so powerful is because you can put microscope slides into the box, you can project it onto a video screen, and the Coolscope itself has its own IP address. So if you want to teach remotely, people can actually log in and see the interface live as it's being taught. So it makes it a very versatile piece of equipment for teaching, and that's really what makes it fit so well, bringing it here to the Koshland Science Museum for their teaching purposes.
So we have a new activity in the museum that's aimed for families. It's called the Disease Detective, or Crack Koshie's Curious Case. And basically it's a series of worksheets that people can do to explore the exhibit, and it walks people through where they can figure out what disease is in Koshie land and then how to cure it. Well, we really hope the visitors are going to take away a deeper understanding about some of the microbes that are around them in their daily lives, and about how they can catch disease and stop the spread of disease. So we do hope that visitors will learn a little bit, even if it's just something as basic as washing their hands after they've touched the exhibits in the museum.
What do you think of the exhibits today and the activities?
I thought they were interesting because they apply to the real world, and they show you what you can do to help the environment and stuff like that.
It was really fun. I liked the exchange of fluids to see who got sick and who didn't.
So everyone can come to the museum. If you can't come to the museum in person, then you can visit our website, which is www.koshlandscience.org.